Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? I hope you all. How's the sound, Carl? Or should we actually pump it up? Bull market, baby. Okay, let's pump it back down. Is that fine?
Yes.
That's good. I'm still learning, guys. I'm still learning. What's up? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm opening with this chart because it's a very important chart. We have the Bitcoin dominance starting to lose its lows. It lost the low yesterday. It started to increase quite a bit to the downward side. And now we've got a complete break of the previous support. And now we're starting to get acceleration to the downward side from the dominance. What does that mean? Altcoins. Now, we have 70 to 80% of altcoins that are already gone. Right? They've taken off, guys. We've gotten killer entries. We've had a fantastic last 2-3 weeks. And I think it's been great for us. We're starting to all learn together and starting to run this. I think it's important to run it together, follow the same strategies. Everyone's got their little differences, but at least working on structure together. And let's run this whole thing together. From the massive pumps of making tons of money to learning to take profits together, pulling back down, loading up more tokens, and continuing this whole journey. As well as me keep teaching you guys the simple strategies along the actual journey. So we have 80% of the market that's already pumped. We do have, I'll say, I'm giving you guys 3. I'll give another 3, and then I'm going to slow down with the calls until we have a decent pullback of ones that are breaking day trends right now, ones that are still showing a lot of strength. Because we have this dominance going down, I'm still seeing more growth to the upward side until we do get some sort of pullback. And the fact that this is still coming down is showing a lot of strength for Bitcoin at holding this and raging sideways, because we've got 2 options. We got a Bart Simpson, or we got a strong breakout to the upward side. And we are going to be prepared for both. No more wasting time. Get out of bed. Dude, what is up with that song? It makes you want to get moving, baby. It gives that whole bunch, and I can see everyone is a lot more excited. And guys, this is what we were talking about. You know, the last 3 months were hard. You know, 2-3 weeks ago, we were in a very different place from where we're at now. And it just shows you again on when you need to stay in the markets, because these times come, the markets turn bullish again. And you can see how quickly things actually shift. And I think we're all starting to now understand the whole part of the market cycle. So what's up, Banter fam? I hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. To anyone that is new, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button. Remember, Will Smith, the like button, and Will Smith, the subscribe button. Make sure you're following our website. Make sure you're following me on Twitter, Sheldon_Sniper, as that's where I'm able to update you guys when the markets are moving. And make sure you're using all of our Telegram channels and everything we can communicate with you guys. Speaking about Telegram, 2 o'clock today, well, it's in an hour and a half my time. I'll be jumping on live on Telegram, chatting to you guys. Any tokens you have, any questions you have, I'll be interacting with you guys and helping if you're stuck with anything. Cool. No more wasting time. Let's get into the show. Let's have a look what is happening. We got Bitcoin ranging sideways at the moment, but we have dominance absolutely erupting. So what I basically have just on the 1 hour sort of view, let's actually take the music off, is we're basically forming this sort of, you know, we sort of, you know, when you get a big movement in the market and then we start to slow down, and we've seen it on higher time frames and we're getting it on the shorter time frames now as well. And the reason why it's doing this, and you're going to usually see this quite often, is you're going to have Bitcoin rage quickly. And when it rages quickly, you've got the dominance that goes in favor of Bitcoin. And then it's good that it goes sideways and actually holds, because then when you get the sideways movement, they can have the transition now from Bitcoin into the altcoins. And you can see while Bitcoin is ranging and not really making much progress at this point, up or to the downward side or to the upward side, we have the altcoins absolutely erupting and exploding. So at least we're getting that sort of understanding. Quick move side, we need something to shift the dominance so we can continue the normal run. So I do have this temporary little trend on Bitcoin, because I think the question is, you know, we do have the 200-day moving average. We know that's why we're getting a little bit of, you know, rejection, and why Bitcoin's slowing it down at this point. It's literally hit it twice in the last few days. And that's why we're sort of hovering, because this is a very, very important line for us to break. It has always signaled a massive bull cycle in the past. And that's why we're sort of hovering here. And it usually does it, you know, many times when we do come to this, it's resistance, guys. And that's why it's sort of slowing down. And I want to track now, okay, you know, what happened the last few days? We had Bitcoin break out of the wedge. There's all my drawings. Carl, am I an artist or what? I think we should paint some of these and make them NFTs, eh? I see some NFTs are absolutely erupting. How's Imposters, guys? I managed to get that, and that's doing phenomenal. So well done to Elio and the team. They've had a really, really good launch on that. So we do have the two major options. You know, will Bitcoin go to 52, 54? We know that's the main resistances. We know we smashed the previous ones. We know the next ones are sitting in this region, and the next one's 52K. So that's a big move. If we have dominance collapsing at the moment and everything, you know, we are not promised a pullback right now. You know what I mean? It can happen, but we are not promised that right now, because the market can just continue. And this is why it's very hard, because if you don't get the good entries and get those daily break trends, it's very hard to buy, because everything just absolutely rampages and all the RSIs are high, and the RSIs can stay up there for quite a while. And this market just rips. And I actually got a fantastic strategy to help you guys with that today. But I want to narrow it down now. Okay, Bitcoin, what are you doing? Are you going to the 46 test first? Because we know that is support, the 45, 46,000 zone. And we know that's where we want to load up on more. We want to load up on Solana again on the next pullback. We want to load more on AVAX again on the next pullback. We want to load, because they're gone now. They've taken ship. We want to add more ZIL on the next pullback. We can't chase the pumps now, but we know when Bitcoin goes back to 46, I got to have gunpowder ready for that. Now, how do you have gunpowder if you're 100% in the market? Your big winners of the week is something to start deploying out of to get up gunpowder, because that's going to come at some point. Now, what I basically then have is I have that low. You know that little wick we had on Bitcoin, I think it was 2 days ago, where it quickly came down to the 46,500 zone. That's support for me at the moment. The fact that we bounced and we hold, that's the zone we want to hold. Because if Bitcoin ranged up quick and it goes sideways and we lose that, it's showing that we're doing a short time frame Bart Simpson. You know the Bart Simpson, straight up, hair, straight back down, and that will take us to our zone of what we were talking about, of the, yeah, it's this one over here, there we go, which is this retest over here. So you can see that Bart Simpson's in that little bit of a mess there on a very high time frame sort of view. So it's sort of just, I'm just tracking it a little bit shorter time frame, so that it can give me an understanding on, you know, how do I know when this pullback's coming, so I know when to deploy, and how do I know if Bitcoin's 48 wasn't the high, we're going to 52 first, and then we can only look at a possible pullback after that. So we are. It definitely can be a bull flag. But remember, a bull flag is one of two things. It's either Bart Simpson or it's a bull flag. And then that's the two sort of scenarios that we're looking at. Now, we also have then the nice resistance trend to the upward side. So you can see here, you can see how I am tracking Bitcoin to the downward side now. And a break of this will indicate a bullish flag. And from here, I can then look at us shooting to the 52K zone as we look on the daily, that's where the next resistance is. So right now, that's all you got here. You know that we are getting to an overheated market. We know that temporary pullbacks are going to happen. So any good big runners, we're taking a little bit of profits along the journey. But we also don't want to miss any other daybreak trends, because what's happening, guys, is have you noticed that we're getting an alt surge, but we're getting like 10 on a specific day that are doing crazy things. Then they slow down, and then all of a sudden you got another different 10 that are hitting, and you can see like they're all sort of taking turns. And then we have other ones that are only breaking day trend now, but you have an overbought RSI on Bitcoin, you have all these sort of things. So that's why it's also important to sort of zoom in a bit just so we can see what's happening. So I'm busy looking at that. Let me actually go through a few of these alts quickly on you know, the big movers. Guys, I spoke about Theta yesterday. To the moon! We got it, baby. We got a beautiful entry on Theta, and I zoom back now and we go, look, guys, look what we just bought. I don't know if you can put this in your mind or if you can understand what we bought. This is the weekly. Theta's been in a downtrend for nearly a year, and we just bought the breakout of a year downtrend. I don't even think you even understand, you know, the potential upside. Remember, because it was so high and it trended down to this, a move to here is 500%. You know, and then that's the basic view of it. Like, that's where we are buying these tokens at early stages before any of the actual eruptions. And now you'll only start to see volume coming in and these sort of things starting to come in. So Theta was an absolute killer. Then what did we have right next to it? I spoke to you guys about TFUEL yesterday. There goes TFUEL. Now TFUEL is absolutely erupted. It shot up. We're already sitting at, I think, 35 or 40% up from the initial breakout. But look at that. Look what we bought. Boom. Beautiful breakout. Remember, what did we buy here? You see what happens, guys. You can't fall asleep here. You know what I mean? These things shift quickly. Look, these long trends. That's what we want to catch, that we want to load up. Look how we caught the VET one. Boom. Big explosion to upward side. Look at the VTHO one. This one's coming for a retest. This is one. If you're a VET fan, remember, I'm going 80% VET, 20% VTHO, as that's the bigger runner. It's the bigger mover when things turn really, really, really bullish. And remember, this is fighting a little bit of resistance at this point. Next one's only sitting over here. And we look at that. You know, this is higher risk, guys. Number three. 15% portfolio, 150%, you know, just to these regions, not even to the all-time highs. So you can see where we're starting to catch a lot of these tokens. ThorChain, look at that, guys. Boom, we literally got it. Took some profits along the way, still have some in, but ripped it. We absolutely ripped it. ThorChain still coming to its main day trend. All of this gains. What has ThorChain done? Like, it's absolutely ridiculous what this coin's done. 238%. You know, it's really, really, really ripped. That's looking fantastic as well. And we can start to see with a lot of them, you know, Luna, tracking that big shoot from Luna. I'll be going through Luna now shortly. Let's actually go through it now quickly to see what's happening with Luna. So remember what I was speaking about, guys, that we had the momentum trend line. That's going to always help you stay in the coin. And then what we needed next was an all-time high break. So we got a really big green candle from Luna. Then what it did is it broke and made the high. Do you see how it came straight back and tested the previous? That's what you call a RS flip, resistance into support. And if you never want to buy a resistance buy, you want to buy a support buy. So if it does come back to the low hundreds, I'll be adding little bits. I won't be going crazy because Luna's done a lot. I'll be looking at the other ones, you know, adding a lot more into the other tokens that are showing way better daily break trends. But that just shows you how you want to be looking. You want to see level stepping as we start moving. Now, from here, I'm looking at Luna hit the zone. $130 to the $145 region is my next zone for Luna. Brilliant. You see how we want to catch. Break, retest, continuation. So Luna's still looking absolutely great as well. Solana woke up. Finally, look what we caught Solana, baby. Boom, main daily break of trend. That's what we want. That's what we stocked up. So Solana is on a big run now. We got it beautifully. It is running nicely. It is running to the, you know, we got resistance that's sitting at 135. I do think this box can go possibly a bit higher. I am leaving it in the zone now because, you know, there's resistance at 135 and there's more resistance at the $160 zone. So there's still more growth to come from Solana. Not a buy right now. Remember what I said? Boom, boom, boom. We'll add some more, but we should all definitely be in Solana. That's waking up. Atom taking off now, guys. You saw we had to be a bit patient for a few days. For investors, Atom's still a buy for you because it's only creeping up to 200-day moving average. It's only recently broken daily trend. And this is showing me a lot of momentum to the upward side. It's showing me $36 to the $42 region is the next major target. And that's really good because we are catching very similar to all the other ones, the main daily break of trend and weekly trend as well. So Atom is still one of the big ones that we're looking at that's showing good strength. I saw Chainlink. A lot of guys talking about Chainlink now. Remember, Chainlink we caught very early. We didn't even catch the main. Now, let me show you how big these entries can actually be. Do you see how we zoomed in and we bought the daily breaker trend? This is sort of what I'm looking from Link. I'm looking at a push from this region over here to take us to around the $24 region, pull back to the 18, and then the break of the main daily trend. So the weekly trend, sorry. So we're literally catching something that's not even like, we haven't even broken the weekly yet. We've broken daily, which is indicating we're going to the weekly resistance. And then the big one is only broken. And that's where you'll see like the Theta one, where it's a really long one to the downside. And you can see how much potential we then have from that to the upward side, because a break of that one, you know, you can get, say, link back to the $40 sort of region. So for now, step for step as we're taking, I think Theta's a little bit gone right now because it's just broken out now. I do think any retest at $17 is great, but we got this all through great yesterday, and that's showing really good strength. We got MATIC, which is about to break 200-day moving average, and that's a big one, eh? That's a big thing, because MATIC holds the 200-day very well when it's through it and it's running. And you can see how it literally held this trend and how it respected it so beautifully along the whole journey. And now we're at that point then of break again. And you know, you want to look, remember guys, if you are in these tokens, it's so important to use these indicators and to go back in past. These coins like to repeat what they've done before. And what I'm saying by that is Zol's done a move like that before. That's the only reason why I've categorized it as a more riskier token for me, because I know the range, but it's done it before. So I go look at my RSIs on that time. What did Zol do 2 years ago when it did something like this? Where were the RSIs? Where was the key point that it moved? What happened when it broke 200-day moving average? Any coin that you're already looking at, you got to go back, because then you'll know how to trade that coin. Every coin's a little bit different, but it's shown so many things in the past. And you can see here with MATIC, the last time it broke through here, 2 cents. 2 cents. How's that? It's at $1.7 now. 2 cents. And you can see now we're at that point now of breaking through again. So MATIC is looking good for me, showing a lot of strength. This is a little bit higher risk that you're buying it right now. If it's investments, it makes sense. I do think, you know, from here, little rally higher here, I do think pullback, I do think. So the sweet spot is still sitting at 1.4 to 1.6. Don't get caught up in the hype now. We still wait for these super big pullbacks, because they make you so much damn money. A good entry makes you a lot of money, and it becomes fun, guys. It becomes easy. It actually becomes bad, because now you don't know what to do. Like, you got such a good entry, you're making so much money, but you're like, nah, I can't trade. Or what? I'll help you with that shortly. So that's looking really good. As I've been through a lot of the rest as well, I think these are all, I've gone through tons of them. XRP lovers, if you still believe it, maybe, not yet, but maybe in the next week or two, you will get an XRP breakout. Usually a break of this big weekly will bring a lot of volume in, and we can have a massive pump from XRP. So keep holding, guys. Hopefully you guys will get there. I see Moonriver's taken off now. It's starting to now break properly, and it's starting to now, you see how we broke this main daily trend, how we now had a small retest, and now we're starting to move. So for the Moonriver holders, at least that's now starting to show a lot of strength. Now, let me go through these before we miss them. Okay, first one, breaking main day trend right now, Gala Games. I spoke about it 2 days ago. I'm speaking about it again. Market dominance is still tanking right now. Bitcoin still holding that strong strength right now. I got 2 options on Gala. From here, I am looking at Gala wake up. It's fighting a very key resistance here, but it's fighting it a lot now. It's hitting it so many times. And from here, next one is here. So I'm looking at Gala Games making a run to the zone here, then that pullback, then that continuation. But for me, this is an early break. There's a daily close. We want a daily close outside this today. And this is where now I can see this is a sweet spot entry for me. So Gala Games is my first one. Second one, Superfarm. I spoke about it. It's still there. We finally closed outside of that trend. Volume is coming, guys, with the launches that they're doing right now. We're actually finding out a lot of fundamentals on it as well that are starting to heat up a lot. And chart is showing me something big's about to happen. So we'll find out the news later. Everyone will probably be talking about Superfarm next week when it's already ripped off and you know, already started to explode. So Superfarm, for me, the next rally is going to take it to the region of the 1.2. So, you know, you sort of look from where we are now, looking at a 54% gain as the next retracement, the next resistance, which is strong. I'll be then looking at, we'll be taking some profits. Let's get the entries now and let's manage some risk. So the guys that are taking this as a trade, I'm looking to put a stop loss at around 72 cents. For those are investments, you're buying a daily break, which is fantastic. For those who need the money and are buying this token now, put a stop loss, please. Put that at 72, 73 cents in that region, because that's still in trend, as well as with Gala. If you need the money, you put a stop loss around 26 cents. If you're an investor and you're buying now, it's a great entry. So buy them, guys. Never be afraid, because that's how we make the money, is to getting in. If you need the money, put a stop loss. If not, you're buying a good strategy on weekly breakouts. Here's one breaking right now. Boom. And it's a nice one. It's a beautiful one. Here's a weekly break of the ALGO chart. So Algorand, great fundamentals, great token. What I love about it is we have this little sideways range at this point over here. And ALGO is now starting to break daily trend right now. So we're catching this beautifully and nice and early. And the next resistance is sitting at 1.3. So you can see the gains there, 40% to the upward side. I think for investment, you're buying it phenomenal because you're buying it back at all the where the whales like to buy. Do you see where ALGO's come here before? This was the previous all-time high of ALGO. And that's why what was previous all-time high becomes the new floor of the thing. And every time we come here, you can see how a whale bought there, a whale bought there, a whale bought there. Let's actually see if we can see. And you can see as we break out. Do you see what's beautiful about it, guys? When a coin slows down and it breaks a daily trend, see there's no volume. And as soon as you start breaking daily trend, look what happens. It slowly graduals out the way that Gala is looking now. Slowly grinds, boom, take off. And that's when volume starts to come in. So we're looking at that now with ALGO. So ALGO is looking great for me. If you need the money and you're entering this as a trading portfolio, I'll be putting just under 90 cents will be my stop loss. And as the investor, it's looking fantastic. So I'm looking at 1.3. The next range is 1.5. And the range after that is at 1.8 in that zone. So you can see where that's looking. And I think ALGO is a good one to be using, especially also for your medium risk tokens. I think it's really, really, really good. So those are looking great. Did I miss any big movers? Render's just woken up, guys. Boom! There was the entries, baby. We got the entries. Render's taking off. I'm looking at it do something like this. Breakthrough test, laddering in. So I'm leaving that drawing as is there. We had the Qredo, very close. So keep eyes on this today. I will tweet it when it's ready to go. But this one, I think is going to erupt. It breaks here. It's a major resistance. We did have the first higher high. We did have the first higher low. So break of this indicates to the next resistance, which is $5. So that's another big mover there as well. So Qredo is definitely one that we're looking at for breakout. Rose has taken off. Secret's taken off. Let's have a look at the rest. Arweave, broken 40. That's great. If it breaks this now, we're going to 46. Another beautiful entry. Coti, boom, taken off. So we want to catch it, guys. Yeah. So remember, a lot of these are going to come retest at some point. There's still more upside in the market for me, a little bit more on the alts because we're just rampaging. There's a lot of FOMO in the market at the moment. And then they'll flush out leverage and then continue. So if you didn't buy that, ride strong. The traders, I'll be taking some profits. All the charts are showing the similar things, guys. When we get to these big resistances, if you're a trader, take your damn profits. Be patient. Turn off your computer. You've made a ton of money. We'll come back when we have 3 days of red days. They're coming. It will come at some point. And then we'll stock up again. Main thing is we reversed higher time frames. So Coti, I won't be buying more now. I won't be selling. I'll be looking to offload a little bit at around 30 to 35 as a trader. As an investor, I'm not interested as we've only just broken main daily trend now on any sort of take profits. I'm going to help all the investors now with their TPs and a little strategy to help you guys along the journey. I know we had Loopring. Any Doge holders? I'm not in it this time. I got out. I'm in a lot of tokens, but Doge finally broke long-term day trend. Maybe it breaks out. Maybe it has a ripper and it actually starts to move strong. We will see as that goes. So Doge is also showing some strength at this point. The ideal price is around 12 to 13 cents as a trader. So I won't be trading this, but as an investor, I'm looking at the zone. As long as Elon's there, I think it will do something, and it likes to move very quickly when the markets are super overheated and we've got all the dog coins going crazy and all of that. It's true, bro. We have all of that happening, then we got everything moving. We got Kusama breaking beautiful. That's what I'm looking at from Kusama. Guys, we've done very well. Very, very, very well. XTZ breaking out now. If it does come anywhere 3.6, 3.8, we'll load up some more. For now, I'm looking at XTZ make its way. We've got the entries. It's shooting off now. 4.6 to 4.9, even to the $5 region is where my next targets are for Tezos. So I'm sort of looking at Bitcoin's going to stay in this range, I think, until the altcoins get where they need to get. And then they can worry about a sort of breakout. And if Bitcoin does break out, then you're going to have an absolute massive explosion again from the alts to the upward side. I saw AVAX took off yesterday. Beautiful. It's getting to my main zone. This is where I want to start looking for a bit of AVAX profits on my trading portfolio. The shot's up there strong. And we'll be looking at some entries. It has now smashed through. I think at some point we will have a nice little pullback again and a continuation. But spot on entry, great entry with AVAX. Great shoot from Dot. Sand as well. Sand's taken off as well. Axie had the hack off. It is now forming a trend. So what's nice about this one is it's forming a really easy trend. So it hit our first TP, which was great. But this is now forming a nice little flag here. And a close outside of that will give you indication for another run. And I'm looking at a $90 Axie. So whatever happened on it is fine. Remember, these things are going to happen. Remember what happened to ThorChain? What happened to ThorChain? They got hacked. The things happened. ThorChain went to $3. And now it's at what, $14 or where is it now? Like, I mean, you got to use these things as big advantages. Speaking about ThorChain, it's there. For me, I'm TPing out quite a bit. Not out of investments, but definitely out of my trading portfolio. I'm TPing out. We'll load some more. This thing's ripped. It's literally made 300 or 200% in the last 2-3 weeks. So it's made a lot of money. So RUNE is showing great. Obviously, Zill's slowing down. I do want to just warn the guys one thing on Zill. Is you sort of want to see, guys, is on this big pump that we're getting right now, is to see how it's ripping. The only thing that you want to see is if you get at any point a reversal candle. So let's say on the daily, right? Where you got this long tail. So let's make it a bit bigger there so you can see it. You get this long tail and this goes all the way down here. That's usually a reversal candle. So for anyone that's ever looking at wanting to know when to take some sort of TPs, because you would have made a lot of money on this, this would have been, this long tail here, this will give you the indication of reversal, definitely. Similar to the regions of how we were getting these long tails up here. When you start to see tails, there's indecision, momentum starting to slow down. So keep eyes on that. It can still keep ripping. But when we do get a reversal candle, just make some clever decisions with those and all of that. Okay, is there any else that I missed, or can I get into my quick little strategy to help you guys? Okay, now people want to know, how do we know when to sort of take profits on investment side of the portfolio on these? And I'm setting up, I taught you guys the stochastic on the weekly with your portfolio, right? When it gets to this certain percentage, start getting out of high risk tokens. Then when you get to this, start getting out of medium risk and then start taking profits, right? I gave that stuff yesterday. Now, remember I told you I'm going to cap the amount of low cap coins that I have, the amount of medium, because everyone's saying, but I got 50 coins. What happens if I'm a long-term investor? You're still not going to be able to manage it. It's going to be very tough. But you want to be switching in between them. So what I mean by that is if you were a high risk and Zil was in your portfolio, it's done so much. If RUNE was in your high risk, so much. To take some off of there and now buying super makes a lot of sense. So what I basically did was, it's like, what can I give you guys that's a simple thing throughout the rest of this bull cycle that's going to help you a lot? And I actually went back on a lot of these tokens. I'm like, okay, so a lot of them only wake up when the weekly stochastic gets to the top. So now you want to put your weekly stochastic RSI on the token that you're looking at, because you want to know, when do I start taking profits on this one so I can start having gunpowder to buy the next one? Remember, we always want to be buying ones that are low. You want to be looking. If you have a token that's high up on these ends here, and you're asking, should I take profits? And then I'm like, but I want to buy this coin, and that coin's down here. It's a no-brainer. Take money out of the one that's up here and buy the one that's down there. You know what I mean? It's quite simple. But I was looking at them. I'm like, when is this RSI really the most accurate, though? And it showed me something very interesting. That at 80% was when it was quite accurate. So meaning that Tezos was already in the region of $6. It just ran from $2 to $6. Then we had the 90 where it was sitting at $7. And then we had the 100 mark where it was sitting at the $9 zone. And I was like, okay, people want to know, when do I start? What percentages should I use to start taking money out? So I sort of set it quite simple. When your stochastic is above 80%, I'll take 30% profits on that coin. When it gets to 90%, I'll make sure my total amount is 60. And when it gets to 100, I'm taking my full profits. If it's not a long-term coin that you want to hold for a long time, I'm taking the profits. You've made tons of money. And what it would have taught you to build a portfolio in this range over here, which was the $2 to the $3 zone. When it got there, you were already starting to get 30% out of the market at $5. You were then getting another 30 out at $7, and you're getting another 30 out at $8. So now it's great for you, because your thing is like, but I really want to buy this other coin. Guys, there's new coins coming out every day. So people can't say that your long-term list or your medium risk is not going to change. It's going to change all the time. You just need to know, when do I shift out of the one and when do I buy the next? And it's very simple, is when this gets to these zones. So then you can go through your coins and be like, okay, I want to buy more super now, but what have I got? Now you go through your tokens, you go, look, okay, wow, this one's already 80% up. So it's showing me, remember we said April is going to be a really bullish month. That's when we're going to start getting into these zones, guys. And when we get into these zones is when you want to deploy. You know what I mean? You want to use it as a strategy. So use this, and remember, whatever tokens you are in, because remember, I want 12 tokens in my high risk portfolio. I don't want more. So when I want to add another one, I have to start removing from another. That's how it works. And that's what it's going to teach you between them. And whatever token you're on, go use this, go look in the past, go look what it did in the past, and it helps you a lot to strategize within the future. And if I go through any of these, Atom, Atom would have showed you, look here, you would have been deploying out there, you would have been deploying out there, you would have been deploying out there. You would have been buying back here. This run, you wouldn't have even been exiting. And you can see how great that would have done because you had a good entry. You didn't want to lose that whole entry. And you can see how it helps you a lot in the higher sort of time frames of looking at. So it's a great strategy. It's going to help you guys a lot. And it's going to give you a great little thing. Now, let me go through a few more tokens for you guys. And let's actually just go through a few more. ADA. I know I didn't speak about ADA much. ADA's got a lot of resistance in the zone. There is a possibility of 1.5 first before pullback from Cardano. But my sweet spot right now is the $1 zone to be adding more. I won't be selling. I won't be anything like that. I do know these daily RSIs are quite high. Let's go look at the weekly. As I just said, the weekly is still showing a ton of strength to the upward side. And we'll know when we need to start deploying and exiting out of it. So Cardano is definitely near protocol. I know we spoke about NEAR. Let's have a look. So NEAR was great. It's ripped, guys. It's done well. Pullback's going to come at some point, but it's done very well. So this is shot up. It's completely broken out of this. It's now fighting not really much resistance. There's a bit of resistance here. And the next level of resistance is up here at $17, $18. So I won't be selling. This is on an uptrend, very clear. But I'll be adding anytime. Remember the momentum line I was talking about, support line. That's where I'll be buying more. So I'll be buying more if it comes to $11 to the $12 zone. I'll be adding more to the portfolio. NEAR is a great protocol, and it's going to do very well in the future. So definitely on that. Astro, guys, I'll try it tomorrow. Astro's on fire. Don't sell it. It's pumping. It's holding strong. If you want to take profits, do it. As long as you're taking profits and buying something else, that's looking great. Brenda spoke about XCAD. Are we going to finally do it? Remember, guys, if I'm taking any coins from anyone, this is not me calling them. This is me doing some updates for you guys. You guys do your own research and have a look. So I was looking here. This token did hit these lows over here. It looks like it's sort of the investment buy area at this point. It is getting quite a bit of a reversal candle on the daily at this point, and we are sort of overbought, definitely. So I'd be looking to buy on the next pullback if I was looking to buy this token, which is around 2.6 to the $3 region. I won't be chasing any pumps. As I did a Bart Simpson, you see what I mean? Shoot up, shoot down, and it's just going to need a little bit more time. So it's showing, we need this high in, we need to come down, consolidate a bit, create a range, and then we can get the true breakout. So it needs a little bit more time, this token. But as an investor, I won't be trading this. But as an investor, if I was interested in this token, I'll be looking at that sort of range, which is basically the $3 zone, $2.8 zone is what I'd be looking for. DYDX, we haven't spoken about it in a while. It should be moving. Guys, one thing we have saw is DeFi is ripping. We were looking at the DeFi index, and that's showing like tons and tons and tons. So this is great. This is what you want to see. So DYDX, this is breaking day trend. It's early, still early. Only broke it today, and that's why it's starting to pick up steam. You're starting to get an increase of volume. You're starting to get strength in the market, and this can look to taking us to the next resistance, which is basically this zone over here, the $8.5 region. I would sort of expect something like this, and then the continuation. So DYDX, where you're buying now as an investor, and that you're buying in a good area. If it keeps shooting up, remember, guys, you've got to buy them near the line breakouts. Please don't chase them when they're already here. Then there's no point of it. You want to buy the ones that are sweet spot and are out there early. You guys are asking for scallop on that. I can't chart them on TradingView. So tomorrow, just remind me to put, what is it? The right charting platform, so I can do a lot of the small cap coins for you guys and help you with them. You got to start deploying out of those things, guys. We will start deploying out of them. And Engine's a good token. It's ripped off great. Let's add it in here again quick. NJ. Daily break. Boom. Great entry. So we got a good push there. Not much left of this one until we're going to get a pullback. So a possible move here. There's tons of resistance here. So daily 200 moving averages there as well. So when this thing gets to 2.1 to $2.10 is my TP exit strategy on shorter time frame. And I'll be looking as an investor and to add back on my trading in this zone over here, which was this. So remember, we broke a previous high. We've made the higher high, but we've never tested that high. So we'll always come back and test them. And that's what we want to see. So I'll be taking some profits on this pump and I'll be buying back in these regions over there. Phantom guys, be a bit more patient. OMI, red today. OMI is a very long-term, good fundamentals. Tokenomics a bit shitty. They're busy fixing that. But they got really, really good. Yeah, they're going to do great. So that's my very long-term hold that. Let's have a look. Scallop. Okay, let's have a look. What is it? SLP. Is that right? Or SCL?
SCLP, yeah.
SCLP. Scallop. Scallop. Okay. Why is it doing this? Yeah. Okay, so what it has done, it's out of downtrend, which is a good sign. It's now in sideways trend. Bottom, top right now, and that's basically what you're looking at. So Scallop's very low cap, high risk, big move though, because the next resistance is there. And these tokens just, guys, when they come down here, they take a little bit of time to the side and then they really start to rip. So you can see a key break of this next zone, you know, you got one more at 1.3, which is already a big move. And then after that, you're looking at $2. This is very high risk, very small percentages, but gains are big. So you want to see this, and you basically want to see how we start laddering up at that. So that's definitely how Scallop's looking at. Neo's old school, I will go through it. Sushi, how are these tokens? I haven't loaded them for a while. I haven't loaded them. Is anything sparking your mind there, Carl?
Something called Serum.
Serum. I'll go through that on tomorrow. I want to create a watch list for that all. Yeah, so Sushi, out of downtrend at the moment. It's going to get a bit of resistance at $6. But ideally, you want to see this breakthrough. Sushi just needs time. It's a good protocol. It's going to be here for a long time. It's going to do well. So I'm not buying more now. I'm sort of waiting along the journey for that. Theta Arena, stars. Okay, cool. I think that's enough for now, guys. I'll go through more tomorrow. Let the market do what it needs to do. I've given you guys 3 good trades, which I think are daily break trends now. And the rest, let's ride strong. Let's ride hard. We've got beautiful entries. Everyone's making a ton of money. We're going to focus on take profit strategies along the journey. Yeah, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. And make sure CoinPanel guys, they're back and running. We sorted. Everything's running. If you do have a look, just refresh. You'll get all your new charts and all the new setups there. Remember, you got all of my charts. 35 trades in the last 2 weeks. We haven't had one hit a stop loss. So we haven't had one loss. They're all sitting in profits at this point, and yeah, everything is there for you guys. It's there to help you guys, and will help you a lot. Let me actually give 3 away here. Guys who would like CoinPanel, make sure you sign up. I'll give away 3 now, and I'll give away 3 tomorrow as well. You have to be signed up though for me to do it. Safina, I know you definitely, you deserve one. You got one, brother. Please send me a Twitter message. Or it is in the description below, on where they do giveaways. There's an email there, guys, below the video, and you can get that. Racing Pixel, I think. You got one, brother. Definitely Pixel. Definitely got one, and let's do one more. I'll give another 3 away. Make sure you are signed up, guys. Love CoinPanel, the ADG or something like that. Another one for you. Guys, have a fantastic day. Love you lots, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love, man.